X6.
Well, X6 obviously going to be commanding the crowd as well as this series so far.
Rhea, once again on this Diva, they will choose defense first. They will look for the D-Matrixes. Scout of the comp comes out here for Ons. He's got the translocator placed already.
Yep.
So they will run a more traditional attack comp here, 2-2-2. Actually, no, Swoon's going to be on the Roadhog, my bad. Still a more meta composition here versus the Orisa Junkrat than trying to run the Zarya Reinhardt.
Really, really enjoy going for Orisa on attack in every single map so far.
That's been
other than Junk Tower.
Yeah. Ons has good line of sight here. If he could win the matchup versus Godspeed, that would really be a great opening for them. It means the Orisa cannot be rezzed by the Mercy because she'll res the Widow.
Oh, that's a good opening kill here. They take out No Smite. It doesn't seem like Roki can really get into a position and try to get that res, straight in front of the door.
Yeah, actually really nice.
Did get pulled out of position. That's going to be a big punish coming through. See how they want to reapproach this. Hook coming down, baby, going to go low, takes a breather, trying to stay alive. Not going off the side of the map, but that's 2 ticks coming in now for the side of BlossoM.
They need to tag in. Hello? Okay.
Start pushing in now. Hook going to go wide, Rhea flying up and around. The boop off. Dragon Strike rolling through. Illicit finds the kill on the No Smite, so he comes back in. Changes pick, it's taken down, and Godspeed, he's looking the opposite way. Through just catches him in the side of the face with a shotgun, takes him out. Ons gets rid of the Reptire, order goes down. And this should just be the cap coming through from BlossoM. So really great start on this attack. They get 6.5 minutes in this time bank. And really, it was just getting No Smite out of position, killing him, so there's no way to get a res off, and they just break the point from there.
That's absolutely the entirety of it all. And I think a lot of teams overestimate what Mercy is capable of when Mercy Orisa is a thing, because Orisa comes with so much armor when she gets rezzed, it feels like almost unfair that you would kill an Orisa and she would just come back. But because he was out of position, BlossoM immediately says, if we kill this Orisa, there's no res. If they try to res, they're going to get wiped. So it was the right choice for X6 to just leave the death there, have No Smite switch to the Winston. But the Dragon Strike from Illicit as well was too good. They have a decent old advantage. They're going to use Valkyrie to try to open this up. Self-destruct as well, right into the door.
Throw that straight down the stairwell. Trying to pick off there, but Ons does manage to get rid of order. Now a dive into the front, trying to get rid of that enemy Widow. Not going to work out. No Smite goes dangerously low, and another shot comes through. As Bebe will fall, giving him a nice little wave, just waiting for that bubble to expire. He'll drop down onto the low ground, trying to stay alive. Rhea uses that self-destruct, but gets taken out. 1 tick already gained. BlossoM showing up here on Assault on Hanamura. Their best Assault map. They're making it work. No Smite yet again goes in, but he's by himself, and that's just going to be it. No one contests. 5:12 on the clock. BlossoM coming online. This is what we wanted to see.
They needed the Maze switch faster, I think. It's funny, you know, you and I were out during the break. You know, just took a minute to step outside into the sunlight between matches, and we ran into Kaiser, former Runaway player, and the thing he said to us, he said, I feel so bad for Ons because every Winston in the world is trying to kill him, trying to jump on him.
Yeah.
In this case, they were able to do so much damage to No Smite. He was shooting in assault rifle mode to push him away. The bubble was actually the only thing keeping No Smite alive. The tables were turned. We got a lot of players here. You were mentioning you saw Architect who's here in the crowd as well. So a lot of people coming down to visit this one. This is such an intense one. BlossoM is a team that is like really close with a lot of other teams, and they scrim a lot with a lot of teams. So you know, a lot of players come down to support them and see how they do, because defending champions against a team that, you know, may not play in Season 3, you just want to come and see this match that means so much. It's our first match really where you look at it and you go, oh god, this could be it. For WGS, the ship has already sailed, but that was not a match that looked close, whereas this one was one that, you know, maybe BlossoM wins, and they still have a shot. You know, they got a great time bank, 5:12 here. We will see, though, this is what the only thing I was concerned about was the fact that we're going to see the 3-3 here. In fact, maybe even the 4-2 come out. Well, I guess I guess Godspeed is in this case playing, you know, technically a support. But
I just call this one the half and half, because the Brigida kind of just goes both ways.
That's true.
This is it's pretty darn close. So
yeah, that's a good way to put it. But yeah, I mean, this comp would have been scarier if they had eliminated a lot of timing. Oh my god, he actually scouted it. He actually saw that.
Well, I don't think that's going to dissuade them from running this.
Unfortunately, but Swoon is on the Roadhog. That's one good thing they've got going for them.
Well, Hook already going to be used, not going to be finding anything there. I think it's dunked out. Godfrey finds the pick off onto Illicit as they look for the snowball barrier being shattered, but be able to hold on to it here for the moment as they get in onto the point. The second pick getting ready to come through. Roki going to die, however. Good pick off by the Roadhog. Finds that one, and obviously no res available. Now Bebe also going down. Ons finds the shot. Close on the cap, but with no supports, BlossoM can push forward to get the kill onto Order. Ria's off the side of the map, and No Smite will be going down. He's got the Earth Shatter ready to go, but nobody else really got close other than Godspeed.
I mean, No Smite gets the, he gets the Earth Shatter, but the fact that Bebe doesn't even have Coalescence is like, whoa, this is really reminiscent of 7 on Anubis, where Utuordian just denied them from building ult charge so well. If you could play around this, prevent the charge. Look at this, Riptide going to buy some time.
Yeah, goes in, he's going to get some damage through, but Roki's already dead. Bebe now falling as well, yet again. And X6 kiting over to the spawn.
This already feels like a win for BlossoM. They saw the comp, they've positioned around it, they have
pretty damn close.
Prevented a grab from even being halfway completed now. Roki's only been speed boosting, so most of his sound barrier charge is really just from game time.
Charge forward here, straight into the base of Mineral. The whole hog now going to be coming down.
Shatter completely whips.
The push is going to be just getting Godspeed over to the side where he's isolated, and Sia comes up with a kill. Hook in deep. Roki going to get grabbed, and Ons has the shot yet again. Finish off that Lucio. He's at 37% on his ult, by the way.
Yeah, because he's just been using speed boost only. The only ult percentage he's gained is from game time. You could subtract about that much from even Order, and he looks like he's barely done any damage, right? No Smite was denied there by the barrier. They're going to use Rally to engage here with the Coalescence to keep that armor flowing. This is a good start. No Smite doing some serious damage. The Supercharger, though, helping out a lot.
Going to be going up from Sia, looking for a pick, and actually manages to find Bebe. Supercharger will fall. Ria able to get Mineral as well, so now not going to be having that Orisa in the mix. Order going dangerously low, trying to stay alive, but he can't out DPS the healing from the Hog. Soon comes up with the kill.
This has the do or die right here.
That grab ready to go. Fight in onto the back, the Fire Strike, trying to get the shot, not going to be finding a connection. 4-2 at the moment, in onto the point. They had the 2 ticks. They need to get this cap, but even if they do, they're going to be starting off with less time than BlossoM finished with.
That's right.
He rejoins. Another rally nearly here. Sia will fall. Ons goes down, and it seems like X6 will be able to get this cap. A bit of a delay coming in as soon. He just manages to kill Godspeed while he's by himself.
It is a requirement now to get the double cap. It is not optional.
They have to snowball this. They're waiting for Godspeed right now.
They are waiting for Godspeed. Roki has the speed boost. And the sound barrier, finally, for that longer fight, he was able to turn into the healing on. On's going to switch to this Bastion. We've seen this attempted so many times. No matter what, BlossoM wins. But how much do they win is the big question. Order sees where the Diva is. It's going to just try to microwave it down, force his way in to grab. They don't see Ons yet, but they're actually in a great spot now, right on the spawn.
Yeah, going to be wrapping around.
Zia's too far away.
To the backside. Bastion. Hear him spraying away, but no kills popping up onto the screen quite yet. The sound barrier comes through. Graviton Surge locking Illicit and Sia in up onto the high ground. Self-destruct coming through. Will find Illicit. Now they can just go ahead and get rid of that Baby Diva. She's going to go down, push forward from Godspeed. For the hits on the Mineral. He'll hit the ground, Stun going to miss, but he's still falling low. Doesn't quite have a Primal Rage available, but he also is not dying yet. Earth Shatter going to be used. Solo ult in onto Ons. They take him out. Mineral gets the Primal, pops it immediately as a barrage from Illicit rips Godspeed apart. No Smite is trying to stay alive. They haven't even gotten a single tick yet for the side of X6, and now they're going to lose out on the Reinhardt. Godspeed just respawning. Roki going low. Swoon on the high ground. Jumped on by Ria. Pops that heal deny in. Order will fall, and X6 will be held at bay.
Ons is the MVP of this one. The Bastion did so much damage, caused some disruption, kept the barrier health low on the side of No Smite. Then he was able to sneak around to the backside, do a bunch of extra damage. He was killed before he could use his tank configuration, but he bought enough time for the respawns to come through. Swoon on the Ana as well. The AoE heal denies, making the supports irrelevant in a lot of that fight. And now X6 has to switch back to normal Tracer Hanzo as their approach. Hans has moved away from the Bastion, of course. X6 looks defeated. You know, they still can turn this around if they have a great overtime push, but they've got to get the point first. 0 ticks. They could not get the double capture with the massive ult advantage. The Bastion pick has been the counter to this a lot. It doesn't always work, and usually you end up losing the point, but with a less time break, they hold the point. They force a composition switch. This Hanamura pick for BlossoM really working out well.
Working their way onto the high ground now. No Spike poking around the corner, but Bebe gonna get taken out. Ons
with the flank.
He's over on that walkway. Yep, just finds him as they try to push in. Takes him down. So another delay coming through.
Almost certainly this is going to be Illicit who gets the nano boost in the fight because he's going to shut down No Smite super hard, and he's going to then build a rally. Could be Mineral in a dire situation if Illicit dies before the nano can go off, but Swoon is just holding it because he doesn't need it yet. And Illicit does extra AoE healing while he's nano boosted as well. I mean, not like in terms of how much healing output, but it guarantees he will keep that AoE healing while then giving the armor. So twofold, very useful.
Self-destruct coming through, but he's not going to make it out of the hallway, rather. And the self-destruct all sent by Sia, also not going to find any picks. Keeps himself back in the moment. Nons finds the opening kill on the No Smite. Order going to be cornered. Gita stun comes through, they lock him down, and he will fall. He uses the res here on the No Smite, but now Godsby is dead. That's still 2 members gone here for X6 with a minute and a half remaining.
Starts to feel like a win for BlossoM. Swoon still holds the nano. They're going to have the rally before he even needs it. So it may even be Sia that gets the nano now. I mean, pick your target at this point as Swoon. All targets are a good choice except Ons and Dotori. Look at X6, they're at a loss here. They know they have an ult disadvantage. They're talking right now, like, how do we initiate this? I think Godsby's like, well, give me a second. I can try to get a Dragon Strike. Let's hope this works. They have the vision. If they could Dragon Strike onto this high ground here, then they could win this fight, but they don't have a lot of time. He hasn't built it yet. Now he's got it.
He does have that one ready to go.
Here he's going to let it out
now. He's going to be rolling through, but a big heal deny comes out from the side of Swoon, and he's still just holding on to that nano boost. Rally going to be used by Illicit. Dotori taking to the skies with the Valkyrie. Dragon Strike doesn't open up any kills. BlossoM will be surrendering this high ground here.
Still no need for the nano.
Mineral playing down low. Primal Rage into the back. No Smite. Dangerously low on his HP bar. He'll get pocketed back up. He's trying to heal him. Transcendence waiting. Mineral will use his Primal Rage now as he tries to climb the stairs. The lockdown comes through.
This is their chance.
Brigidas.
Has to be now.
Illicit able to take down Order. The shield bash finding the final blow. Godsby gets one. Swoon going to fall. Dotori's still going to be in the fight. Ons popping out that infra sight. Self-destruct from Rhea. Doesn't find any kills. Tries to make it back into the mech, and Roki will get taken down. No one's there. And BlossoM will be able to get a map win here on Hanamura. They take down X6. And they start what could be a reverse sweep.
They played such a good defense on A, and then when we went to B, they were able to stop the double cap with the Bastion pick and the Ana. Those are the two, big variations. In terms of mechanical skill, they played it right, but those were the picks they needed to make that happen. And then as you can see, like on that last push, it was so telling. With X6 just standing outside, like, all right, Godsby, you're gonna toss the Dragon Strike in. He's like, well, I'm at 82%. We're not ready. Like, I can't even use it right now. I got the Sonic Arrow on him. I can see everybody, but we can't go through. They do eventually toss out the Dragon Strike. It took so long. Everyone was able to respond there. The Nano Boost was eventually used onto the Brigitte. Got the extra armor, and even when they had an armor advantage and the Transcendence, they could not get into position. So for X6, they had such great success with this composition on Lijiang. Ran the better tank defense on King's Row, but Hanamura, they come up empty-handed.
Yep.
They have the opportunity now, though, to pick the final map. Based on playstyles we've seen today, you would think that map is very likely going to be Rialto.
Yeah, I would guess as much, though. I don't know if BlossoM would be that opposed to it. Honestly, coming through with Rialto. Yeah. Illicit could always just run for the Pharah. Ons, of course, on the Widowmaker.
BlossoM is winless on Rialto, 0-3. But it's not, it's only 3 maps played for X6 with the 2-1, so it's not like they have like a massive deficit like the Kings Row map we saw earlier. It's a map where, yeah, you know, you do play to some of BlossoM's strengths for sure. But I think you play to Bebe's strengths on the Roadhog. If you're going to run Roadhog or Resaw on the attack, there's ways you can really force that to work well. You are also, of course, having to deal with Illicit's Hanzo for a lot of the map. In terms of Pharah play, it's kind of even between these two teams. I wouldn't really give a massive edge to Order per se. Over, you know, depends on who plays it. Probably Illicit in most cases, but Godspeed has switched to it sometimes. If we see a Glister sub, which is possible, then that means we're probably going to Junkertown. But I don't think that's going to happen.
I can spoil it for you if you
Don't
like.
spoil it for me.
Okay.
I hate it when you do that. The viewers can't see. Why would you tell them stuff they can't see?
I'll let it be mysterious.
I never. That's why you guys see me looking either
we
at
don't
my
know
papers,
we
look
don't
at
know
the
what
camera.
maps are going to be played, but I can see this. I can see the players. I can tell you when a
I'm
sub
not
is happening.
I'm only looking at the camera right now.
You just keep your eyes closed.
I'm just going to keep it a secret.
But
if you guess the play, if you tell people about the player, the whole graphic that comes up, the camera shot we have, it's all ruined. And then we're like, oh yeah, I mean, obviously we already saw it.
Well, maybe they want to know why we're on camera rather than the action. Why we're not figuring out what the final map is. So
I also don't know why this player swap isn't on camera. It should be on camera.
There's a player swap happening, and maybe that's why there's a delay.
It's Daisy for Notori, isn't it?
Surprise! The biggest shock since Peter Pan was subbed in.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Well,
that was an interesting experience. MVP.
Well, you and I are just so beautiful. They want to keep us on camera the whole time.
Sure, I'm sure.
The fans blowing my hair everywhere right now.
Somebody has that opinion somewhere in the world.
Okay, okay.
Well, it's not on the side.
Ons is still in.
It's not on the side of BlossoM.
Who could it be? Could it be Glister for Order? Oh. Give me that other side camera shot. Wait for it.
We're just watching them have a discussion. With the webcam very oddly placed in front of that guy's face. But there you go. Surprise, surprise.
I don't like this. You need this win. Like, you absolutely need it. Because your next opponent is your toughest in Kongdu Panthera. It's the final opponent for the group stage. Glister has been kind of a Junkertown exclusive pick with very mixed results, mind you. Very mixed results on his Genji Junkrat. The guy is no longer a rookie by definition, but in terms of playtime and success, he has not lived up to Order's name. As we see some Glister fans here in the crowd. Look, the guy is someone that we see subbed in most of the time when we have a 3-1 victory, or sorry, a 3-0 leading victory, and they play him on Junkertown to get him some more experience right. And it's his best map. Ons is shaken clearly in the booth. They played so well on that last map. You would think the morale would be higher, but you know that it's still not over. You still have to win not only this map, but then Control, which will be, of course, going to Achilios, which is a map that I think in some ways favors Ons' playstyle. So it's sometimes tough to shake a loss, though, like the Kings Row loss, where you just got defeat handed to you on a silver platter. They open the tin, and it's just like X6 wins across the front.
It was very brutal. Hey, look, we have a fan all the way from Belgium,
and he even said it in Korean as well. And you can tell he's good at Korean because he spelled Belgium right in Korean. That's tough to spell in Korean. Belgi. You wouldn't think Belgium would be translated to Belgi, but it is.
His handwriting and spelling in Korean is already significantly better than mine.
I mean, he could have asked someone to do it for him, but let's just assume he's great.
Yeah, I'm it was all him.
Let's not out him, you know.
Yeah. He did everything himself. He flew the plane that brought him from Belgium to Korea.
Yeah, he was the pilot and the co-pilot.
Yep, and all of the stewardesses.
That's right. He came back to give people, he asked every person if they wanted red wine. That one guy asked for Diet Coke. He was like, sorry, we don't have that.
How about a Coke Zero?
And they were like, what about Coke Zero? And he was like, no. Do you have any peanuts? No, but we have pretzels.
Yeah.
While also maintaining the flight the entire time.
Yep. No in-flight Wi-Fi though. Don't have that.
Yeah, sorry, we don't have that. But you can check out our in-flight store. Yep. Okay, if you'd like to donate to UNICEF, we'll talk about that towards the end of the flight.
All right, well now let's talk about what this fourth and potentially final map is going to be. BlossoM, they do turn things around. This is what I was asking for. They needed to put a win on the board. They needed to make me believe. And now, after that very dominant performance on Hanamura, I do believe a bit more. Yep. BlossoM.
This is the series I was looking for.
Win escort. Take us to Achilios. Show us the tiebreaker. What is the map going to be here?
Route 66. So another good Genji map. Obviously a map where we've seen a little bit of Sombra, but Dive versus Widow is usually how this map gets played for point A. As we head into B, anything is possible. We've seen in Overwatch League and other leagues around the world a lot of Roadhog on this map. And it's something that people have been scrimming recently, is that support flexes the Roadhog. So we'll see if this ends up being the meta that we see now. That it's taken a little bit longer for Koreans to adopt the solo support, but it is now permeated into the scene. Gotta win this one to force control.
All comes down to this. Can BlossoM show us another reverse sweep? Been so very rare. I believe we've only had, what, 2 in Contenders so far? The most surprising one was 7 pulling one off versus MVP Space, because on paper that should have never happened.
On paper, indeed.
Should have never been in a position where they had to reverse sweep, but they executed that one. And then, of course, the most infamous one is O2 versus Elman Missing. But X6 here on the attack, already spot out.
Okay.
Around the bend, but that barrier going to be blocking.
It is going to be the Roadhog swaps on both sides, so mirrored compositions here with the exception of Illicit on Junkrat, which has worked well, actually. It worked well for X6 when they had, Order popping people into the hooks for Bebe. So a similar style here for BlossoM. Knocking Mineral up.
Yeah, really big knock up there on the Mineral, but no real punish to come through.
Yeah, halting up, I should say. They're not running the attack Junkrat, but nice pull. Right now, it's been pretty neutral for the Roadhogs. Neither of them have actually really found any big hooks.
Yeah, maybe fishing for one there. Doesn't come up with it. Now going to be wrapping around up onto the high ground. Maybe trying for a flank there onto Ons. But the Infrasight, or rather the Poison Trap, sorry, did find the Roadhog, so he's able to spot him out. Another hook coming through. Finds the Roadhog, pulls him in, and he just disappears.
Yeah, that's the combo there with the Orisa that's so popular. You just remove the mechanical skill element from the hook, and the counterplay, you yank them into a position where if the coordination is good enough on the team, as you can see here, like it's very easy to follow that up. Didn't quite capture the Hanzo there, or that would have been another easy hook.
Yeah, he was able to leap just out of range. Barrier still set up here. X6 coming back around the corner, trying to rejoin onto the cart. Throw down their own, and it will be a swap for Godsby over onto the Junkrat.
He could pull out this tire. I mean, they have full vision of where everyone is. This doesn't feel necessary at this moment in time.
Even the bootback still playing quite far forward, getting a lot of damage in onto the members of X6. Rhea will fall down to about half HP. Godsby yanked forward, not going to be going down as Bebe uses the whole hog, but it's in such a range that not that much damage is going to be coming through. Fires the remainder of it into the rock. Swoon will be res back in, and Glister is dead yet again.
The follow-up of Mineral's halts here has been really phenomenal from both Illicit and Swoon. Not to mention Ons, of course, but Illicit is really just tossing these mines in and getting these blow-up kills. When the halts come through, the hook comes in, and it's just like practically dying to the hook alone from all the damage that was sustained after the halt. Ons gets a double.
Ghostmite and Godsby both go down. Riptire going to be used, doesn't find anything, but it doesn't matter because Ons has a triple kill. A shot onto Rhea. And now has that Infrasight ready to go.
This is just domination around this corner here with the Roadhog. And the Mineral is really setting these up well. It's actually the Orisa who gets the credit here, honestly. I mean, the coordination within the team itself to just call those, like, it's out, you know, probably just says it every time he tosses the right click in. and then they just follow up. But the Orisa's making these really good. Okay, they're going to sneak through the middle here with the Lucio switch to get behind. This is a smart move by X6.
Yeah, turns it straight through, so I'm going to go low, takes a breather, and still manages to get the kill on to Godspeed. Blister pushing forward, stuns him up. We'll find the return kill as the Roadhog falls, but Ons gets rid of Rhea as he gets knocked out of that mech. Self-destruct used by Sia. They'll jump back in safely. Rez coming through, swoons back into the fight, and Roki is going to be eliminated. BlossoM looking to do a full hold here on point A. 30 seconds remaining for X6. They go for the swaps. It's only 26% on that Graviton surge for Godspeed.
You can't
They're
even
so far away.
Yeah, you can't even really do this again. Like the Lucio speed boost they were able to get behind, like that should have been, because BlossoM even had no idea, that should have been it, right? That's like the moment where you go, okay, mission successful, we got behind them, we killed them all. Man, we're gonna have a bad time bank. But they weren't even successful, they cannot even do it again. They're just trying to go in point blank right into the front here.
Mineral just gonna be spraying away. Ons popping that in for sight. The Reptire shutting down no smite. Blister's dead. Rhea out of the mech. The overtime starting to tick away. Ons finds the shot onto Bebe. Godspeed's the last one alive, but he doesn't last very long. X6-Gaming full held on point A. Can't even make it past Big Earl's BlossoM, looking to bring us to that 5th and final map for the tiebreaker.
Certainly feels that way, Achilios. What a turnaround this has become. And Mineral making those halts worth their weight in whatever those are made of, whatever element she pulls out of her gun and pulls up that attracts objects. The follow-up hooks, the follow-up damage there from Illicit were just really well coordinated, and Illicit seems like such a momentum-based player. Coming off of a win, he always has his best performances. This is no exception. Huge Riptire kills. And X6, you know, they picked this map. I think it was a great map pick. It was a reasonable pick, but they brought in their sub again. They're not bringing in their A team here, unfortunately, and Glister just falls short on the Brigitte. Now, if they can repeat with the same comp, which they are showing right now, minus Glister on this Hanzo versus the Junkrat, if they can repeat the same type of halt combos here, they could have the fuller hole, right? It is absolutely possible. In some metas, you know, this happens a lot where the defending team just has such a strong setup and it's so hard to break that this happens. But BlossoM expects this. I mean, I would not even be shocked if Illicit did run the Bastion to break through the Orisa barrier, force some hero swaps, force a different play style, and even perhaps predicting that they won't have the Junkrat, which is one of the greatest things you can do to break a Bastion attack comp. But they don't actually stick with it. Some consideration. We saw it a lot in the World Cup last year. Not to happen here.
Yeah, there was a ton. Pirate ship shenanigans.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Bebe was the better hog on King's Row. If he can be that hog again, they can close this series out, but it feels like the cards are stacked against them right now. No halts yet for Mineral. Here's the first. Does not get the follow-up hook.
That's why I was like floating up there. It's like he had half gravity enabled or something. But already up front, hook comes back through. No Smite's gonna die. Good luck getting that res. Have to go over to the cart, which is basically what X6 needs to do anyway, because it's already right in front of the completion. Rhea in the Baby Diva. He's trying his damnedest.
He's trying.
But he will get burned down. Illicit coming in from behind.
Looks like a game 5 to me.
3.26 ready to go. Another stop coming through, but Bebe will die. And ladies and gentlemen, BlossoM, after losing on Lijiang, after selecting King's Row, suffering such a massive loss and getting pushed to match point, are one step away from completing a reverse sweep. A best of 3 back over on to Achilios to decide it all.
For X6, if they lose this, they have to defeat Kongdu Panthera for a spot in playoffs. For BlossoM, they have to win this to save themselves here in playoffs. They will, of course, then still have to beat WGS. They'll definitely be the favorites in that matchup. X6 cannot say the same about their next opponent in Kongdu. So this map 5 has really big implications for how this group is going to close out here. And it would feel so tragic for X6, defending champions, to be defeated by BlossoM of all teams. to then maybe not even go to playoffs. We see Glister packing up his gear. It's time to have order back in the booth as we head into that Achilios tiebreaker map. It's a map that favors Ons, you would say.
Exactly.
You can't really run the tank comp the same way on this map, and Swoon's making a case that maybe he's the better Roadhog after all, with Mineral popping off on the Orisa. Maybe we go to, you know, Ruins and they just run the Roadhog again. It's a scary, scary time if you're an X6 fan. We don't see them huddled up like this too often, especially not against nearly two-time relegated BlossoM.
Unreal. Achilios, the final stage. We saw Lijiang at the start of the day. It was a 2-0 victory on Lijiang Tower for X6. Start things off on the right foot. Then BlossoM really throw a really odd curveball. It kind of boomeranged back and hit him in the head with the King's Row pick. Got full held there, but now they start turning things around ever since Hanamura just absolutely crushing X6, not allowing him to finish either map. Achilios, with Ons on this Widow, he needs to pop off so damn hard to close this out.
Yeah, I mean, Illicit is such an emotional player. He had that Gibraltar pop-off just a few days ago where, you know, I picked him as in my top 6 even, and BlossoM was like, oh my god, is this real? I'm like, yeah, I mean, look at this guy. Like, at his greatest, like, we actually have to highlight his play. He played really good Junkrat on defense there. It was part of the reason why they were able to get that full hold with Mineral, of course, together with Swoon. A lot of discussion going into what comps are going to be run, the coaches dictating who's playing what, who's going to be flexing. As you can see, No Smite nodding in agreement. It's kind of a pretty intense moment. It's a great camera shot, actually. This is the kind of stuff that happens in the dugout in Overwatch League that you don't see. And, you know, Ons, let's see, you know, where his emotions are at, because earlier after they won Hanamura, he looked like he lost it, but was able to keep himself composed.
Should be feeling pretty good right now, is where he should be at. But
the conversation here is mostly...
There's a lot of pressure here, so you have to be working through that.
The conversation here is mostly about the hero compositions we're going to see. No Smite getting perhaps some tips here as to how to operate if the Orisa does come out again, which it very well may. We will get the graphic of order subbing back in here, no doubt. But
just in case
a risk, subbing Glister in there was a risk, and I would not go as far as to say they lost the map because of it, because I don't think that's true, but it certainly didn't do them any favors.
Yeah.
And, you know, is Glister even considered to be, perhaps by the coach, but from what we're looking at from the eye test, like, is he even the better Brigitte? I don't think so. And, you know, that's basically exclusively what he was playing there on the attack. Did not make the impact they were looking for. This is what esports is all about, man. Defending champions go up 2-0, the most dominant 2-0 we've seen in a while. Next thing you know, reverse sweep potentially upon them from a team that was winless. And until this moment, and this 5th game is, I mean, it's about as tense as it could get.
Yeah, still could end in heartbreak for BlossoM, but, well, it's really going to be heartbreak on either side. Whoever loses this will be a massive blow to them. BlossoM's hopes of making it into the playoffs, X6ers as well, could be shut out because, as you already mentioned, they would have to play against Kongdu Panthera as their next matchup.
Yep, here we go. The 5th and tiebreaker map is, for those who've never watched before, I know we got a lot of new viewers today, Achilios is the locked map for the season. It will be always the tiebreaker.
This one. So Achilios coming through another best of 3 to decide everything as BlossoM tries to pull off this very rare reverse sweep against all odds and expectations.
What a cool story it would be. What a tragedy for X6. Would have to go back to the drawing board and really prepare for that series against Panthera.
Seems like we're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, the 5th and final map to decide it all. We start on Ruins.
Here we go. This is going to be the temperature gauge for how much advantage Ons can put off here on this map. Ons versus Godspeed. A matchup that's so fun to watch. Winner of this is going to really give an extra boost to their team and will likely be the opening pick will decide who gets control first. Positional advantage actually to BlossoM at the moment.
Yep, they start working their way forward here onto the walkway.
Here we go. No kills, such a passive start to this.
Wrap around. Their way through, drop down. Godspeed finds Illicit. Great way to start things off. Order here operating into the back line, helping them pick up the kill on a Mineral.
They had the positional advantage, but they gave it up. They wanted to go for a flank instead. They didn't want to risk attacking first because when mirrored comps like this, if you use your leap first, as Winston, for example, you get stunned, then their Winston just leaps on top of you, does more damage, you're out of position, you can't move. So it's kind of a game of chicken. So they weren't willing to pull the trigger. X6 does. They get the first cap, they get the ult advantage.
Great spot on the order though. This corridor going to be revealing. Otherwise, would have been a very rough time for Ons, who was getting flanked on. Illicit coming around the back. Spraying what he can, but doesn't find that many targets at the moment. Ball spot going to be tossed in, but not going to find the stick. As Satori is able to kite back to safety. Godspeed going for the shot. Knows that he's under pressure. Knows that Illicit would love to hound him down. In the meantime, Bebe comes up with a kill on the swoon. Tries to cheat forward, but the poison trap expertly placed here by Godspeed.
So well done. You can't see that if it's placed on the back of the wall like that, and it has a pretty big hitbox, so that was, as you say, expertly done. X6 ticking up to 60 now. Very slight ult disadvantage for X6. They will have, you know, the Primal Rage first, but that's inconsequential in terms of ults right now. Godspeed with Infrasight. You want to track Illicit further. Shutting him down means that he will have line of sight advantage.
Oh, dashing straight up into his face is Illicit, but Mineral and Sia going down off screen. No Smite with the Primal Rage, going to be rejoining back over onto the point. Right now, X6 is at 80%. Illicit does have a pulse bomb, but needs to find a fat one, honestly, if he wants to try to open this up for BlossoM. Ons as well, not having as stellar a performance with the Widowmaker on Ruins as we might anticipate.
Yeah. So many good stuns from Rhea onto Mineral as well. Means that he's just been unable to get onto the point. This is the opening they need.
That's a really nice one. Order trying to dash in. Gets taken down. Loses out on that pulse bomb. Rhea gonna fall. Sia finding the kill. On's looking for a shot on the Baby. Not gonna have it, but doesn't need it for the moment as it seems like they might just be able to flip this one over. Toki and Baby both having their ultimates, but not gonna be able to use them to maintain control.
It's so rare that you see a 0 to 99 flip like this, where the person who, the team that was at 0 that got the flip is not at a massive disadvantage. They are still, in terms of what X6 could do to bait out ultimates, but they have armor, they have an ult advantage, and they have like a lot of ways to slow down what X6 is doing, so this is a great turnaround for them. Illicit misses the pulse, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Sia manages to find order all the same. Charge and Rhea getting rid of Sia, winning out on that Brigade battle. Mineral going low, will go ahead and leap his way out. The sound barrier was invested from the side of X6-Gaming. Will now expire, the flip comes through. Overtime taken away, somebody's got to tag in, Mineral will do so. Moves forward and Ons finds an opening pick here onto Rhea, but Godspeed finds two. Swoon and Mineral both going down, now looking for a little bit more, takes the shot at Ons, can't quite land it. Gets a body tag, and with the help of No Smite, they will go ahead and finish him off. The Tory falls as well, and OT should just be ticking down. X6-Gaming, they find Ruins, they start this one up. One more win, and they can get this series, stop BlossoM in their tracks from pulling off the reverse sweep.
In some ways, the strength of BlossoM, old BlossoM was Ons on the Widow. That matchup was won by Godspeed in the neutral. Oftentimes, Godspeed was also able to shut down Illicit super hard. So when we talk about who won the Widow War, it was definitely Godspeed on Ruins. So that's a good sign for X6. However, in this series, it's been more about the flexibility that BlossoM has shown. More than they ever have, I think, as a squad, with the Roadhog subs coming through and the different types of tank defenses we saw, the Orisa play out of Mineral. Lighthouse is the map, though, so we're going into, once again, Sniper, Tracer here versus Order on the Pharah. So Pharah can make this a... Sorry, I said Lighthouse related as well. Achilios writes on the paper, he's like, whoa, don't be an idiot. I'm like, sorry. So let's see if the shots here from Bebe, who's flexed over to the Widow, triple DPS, can win out.
Bebe shifting to the side. No Spike going to be the first one to fall. As Swoon comes up with a kill. So, decent opening, but now BlossoM lose to Tori. Get rid of Rhea, however, so no tank line. Bebe gets a win over on Ons.
Pretty big trades here.
Really nice trade. Sia taken out of the mech as he tries to go up to disrupt order in the sky. BlossoM find the first cap.
More sustainability on BlossoM's proposition. They run to Tori now on the Lucio, so that's going to give them additional healing against the triple DPS. We may see Bebe make a swap here. He does not. He will stick with it. This is a big risk, right? Running Bebe, who's shown a lot of flexibility this season and throughout his career against a one-trick Widow. I mean, Ons until this season played nothing but Widow, no matter what the map was. The extra healing here coming through and the Discord Orbs mean that Ons is going to be able to do a lot more as a Widow than Bebe ever will.
Halfway on the take here is X6 as they move in onto the point. Mineral jumping to the side, tries to get on top of Bebe. Works him down to about half HP, but he'll get healed back up. And the flip comes through.
A deathless cap, a back cap from Godspeed.
Yeah, interesting. This one does come down. Self-destruct going to be used by Sia. He'll make it back into the mech safely as Ons knocks Rhea out. He's spamming away. He's trying to stay alive for the moment. Trying to heal him up, but it's not going to be enough. Godspeed now. For the Tori, helps take him low. Gets some spray into the backside of Sia. Takes him out of that mech.
He actually falls in.
Comes up with 2 kills. It's going to be a res in from Roki. Bringing their own diva back into the mix, and X6 for now can hold 25% to 36, all that BlossoM were able to accrue.
I don't know if the Lucio pick is really doing it for BlossoM because it lacks a res, and with triple DPS, you're losing your tanks very quickly. In this case, Sia operating as a tank with this Brigitte. Would not call this comp a triple support comp. Mineral has the Primal Rage, but again, no Resurrect available. Order gatekeeping the supports out. They can't even get onto the point. It's looking real bad for BlossoM now. Illicit's just been tracked down by Godspeed and Order.
Yeah. Ons does manage to get rid of that Pharah. Barrage still going to be available. Now no DPS in the fight as Sia gets rid of Godspeed. Goomba Stomp from Mineral, takes out Roki. Smite will go ahead and use the Primal Rage, mostly just to buy time you would have to expect, but takes that shot on the exit with the Discord Orb.
That's huge that actually
Rhea also going to get knocked out. He'll go straight into the well.
That is a little bit of time bought, like you say, but you know that's one of their bigger tools. They had a massive ult advantage. They still do. The rally, you know, is a long, long way away for Bebe, so they're just going to kind of slow play this. With the commitment of the Primal Rage, they wanted to maybe try to buy up to 80. Still, advantage X6. They only have the one support. Mineral does not have Primal Rage, and he does not have an extra life. He will forced to be played, or he was going to be forced to play a little bit more defensively because he does not have that fallback of a Resurrect available.
Godspeed low. Get healed up, that armor coming through, has the pulse bomb set. Order with a barrage, just going to be looking for an angle. Bebe goes down, Mineral finding that kill, delaying that rally even further. X6 still going to be sticking around, still have 4 ultimates to throw in should they need to. Just to get this fast flip, because right now BlossoM take the lead, 76% going upward. Godspeed's dead, barrage comes down, finds Sia, but Swoon from the side gets rid of the Pharah.
Barrier 2, and Ons makes the soldier switch. They got to get on this point now. They need to hold this.
Find their damnedest here. Pulse bomb stick coming in from Melissa. Gets rid of Bebe. He just might not ever get the rally. Flip's going to come through as it hits 90%. However, X6 regain control. But how long can they maintain it?
No Smite so close to a Primal. That's going to be huge. Ons losing
back.
out.
The stomp comes down. No Smite gets rid of Ons. They try to push forward with the bubble. Rhea just going to throw down that self-destruct. Primal Rage from No Smite. Finds Mineral. Will get locked up for the moment. But Sia, he's out of here.
One more chance.
The only thing that they can get is going to be Godspeed.
One more chance. Satori's going to have to tag it. He's going to have to tag it. They're looking for him. One more shot, or you're going to trials.
Ons looking for the McCree now. He'll go ahead, tags into the point, forces out the overtime. Mineral comes in from the front. Rhea chasing in, and Swoon's been eliminated. Order finds the shot, just keeps raining down hell from above. Tori trying to kite his way around the side, has the move speed, up goes low, and will go down. Godspeed able to chase in onto him, and it seems like BlossoM, they can get so damn close, but cannot step over that finish line. X6-Gaming looking for the 2-0 here on Achilios, will be able to close it out. BlossoM almost executes a wonderful reverse sweep, but the defending Season 1 champions come out on top in the end.
Happy faces in the X6 booth as the defending champions will likely still make playoffs. They take this win to tie their score 2-2. We would have never thought we'd see a world where defending champions will go into playoffs with potentially a 2-3 score. Depends on what happens with their series against Chengdu Panthera. They're massively the underdogs in that next series. BlossoM will go to trials. Some questionable decisions in map picks. The Hanamura pick came up big for them. The Route 66, they had the momentum there. They were able to bring us to a map 5. But that King's Row is always going to be a sting on the back of their minds there, especially for Ons, who looked so defeated for the rest of the series. The one thing I will say is, as a defending champion, to be brought to the brink against a team that's winless, 0-3, be brought to that 5th game nearly reverse swept, is not a good look heading into their series against Chengdu Panthera, their final series of the regular season, and then the playoffs. Playoff spot alone here is not going to, I think, keep the spirits of X6 fans high, because this was not a series that they wanted to win with a 3-2 on a map 5, especially after crushing 2-0 on Lijiang, then going into a full hold on King's Row.
I mean, this was, you want to come into this one, you want to smash it, you want to get that 4-0, gain as many points as you can. Even tie up around Metabellum is honestly what that would have done for them if they could have gotten a 4-0. But now it's going to be moving to, I believe, a -1 scoreline. BlossoM falling to a -6. But Chengdu Panthera could just keep X6 in a 4th place position going into playoffs, give them the lowest seed, where X6 would probably have to play against Element Mystic on the other side as the 1st place team at the moment in Group B.
Yeah, it's not looking like a bright future for X6, but at least it looks like a Season 3 future for them. And BlossoM will not necessarily be able to say the same. They came out of trials in 1st place this time, with a much better performance than we would have expected to see from them, given their pretty lackluster Season 1. But they came in dominant. They looked really good in trials. They've shown massive improvements. I mean, look, they almost just defeated our defending champions. But I think a lot of that's on the back of X6 making they're putting their sub in for a really important match on Route 66, and just unfortunate execution there on Hanamura. I don't know what else to say, but this is kind of I think for both teams, kind of a melancholy loss/win. Like for BlossoM, it's like, oh, it was so great. Look how close we pushed them. Oh, we still lost. And for X6, it's like, well, we won, but look how close they pushed us. That was not what we were looking for in this series.